that women shouldn't earn more than their partners or their husbands or their spouse. Now, this is crazy. I understand that. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cassie and this is Cass in Hand. As usual, a platform for individuals and entrepreneurs who are looking to level up their personal finance, take charge of their income and decrease their debt. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about a few money myths or limiting money beliefs that I've seen or heard growing up that I feel we all need to debunk or we all need to forget about in order to become rich or generate more money. Now, most of these money myths may have been imposed onto us from generations back. Some of them we oblige out of fear. Some of them, we understand them because we live in a society that mentions them all the time. But I believe that these things limit our ability to control our finances, and sometimes they prevent us from enjoying financial freedom. So today I'll be giving you at least 7 of those. And I hope by the end of this video, you would have loved and understood that these things do not, equate the law. They are not something that you have to abide by. Now, the first money myth that I want to debunk is the fact that women shouldn't earn more than their partners or their husbands or their spouse. Now, this is crazy. I understand that coming from an African background back in the days, or even in, the world at large, back in the days, women weren't allowed to work in certain jobs. Limits were placed on the careers that women could, enter into. Men were allowed to do all the jobs that they could, have, and they were able to provide for their families. So back then, they were the sole providers of the family. They were the breadwinners. They were the principal people that brought money to the house. Now, in this modern day world, some women possess skills that would enable them earn even more than their husband, and combining that with their partners or their husband's income could help them live financially free. Now, some women, because of these beliefs, have placed a limit on themselves and they are not advancing in their careers because they feel like some men will be intimidated by their success or their careers. Now, any man who's intimidated by your financial success or your achievement is the kind of man that you shouldn't be dating or married to in the first place. Now, anybody that possesses this sort of mindset will limit you in your ability to control your finances, even as a family, even as a wife. I believe everyone should have control over how much they want to earn and the extent at which their success is able to get to. The second money myth that I believe has been blown way out of proportion is the fact that money is the root of all evil. Now, as a Christian, as a pastor, preacher myself, I would like to let you know that money is not the root of evil. The Bible says that the love of money is the root of all evil. So the love, the extent at which you're willing to go to get that money, you're willing to jump through hoops and trips just to get that money. Your love for the money and what you're willing to do is what corrupts you into doing odd things just to receive it. So money as a whole is just a means of, transaction. It's just a print that we use to exchange goods and services. And as a result, it isn't, bad at all, because even the church needs money to grow. The church needs money to be able to finance its buildings and its activities. And so money is not good. Now, money is not good, neither is it bad. It is you and the person that holds the money that makes the money control you, that makes it bad. If you use money wisely, it wouldn't be bad for you at all. Now, I understand that some preachers may have also gone to the extent of using the analogies in the Bible about how it is harder for the rich to go to heaven than for a camel to pass through the needle of the hook of a needle. And because of that, some Christians and some believers are holding themselves back from achieving success and financial freedom. Why? Because they feel like they won't be able to go to heaven. But the same Bible makes us to understand in Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 18 that it is God that gives us the power to create wealth. God has put everything at our disposal, and He has promised us blessings that we cannot contain. Those blessings include financial freedom. So if you're anyone listening to me who believes that you becoming rich or you having money would push you into hell or make you do bad things, I'm here to debunk it and let you know that whatever attitude you have as a person is enhanced once you get money. The things you want to do right now, you cannot do, so it's holding you back. But once you get money, you're able to do anything and everything. You have freedom of choice. And because of that, some people, because of their evil and their bad demeanor, once the money comes into their hands, they're able to do these things. And so we think that them having money or them having financial power causes them to be evil. No, it is their own abilities and their own characters that is more enhanced once they get money. Another major myth that people believe in is that they need to make so much money before they can get out of debt or have financial freedom. That is not true at all. However much income you receive right now, if you budget it properly and become conscious about how much you spend and where your money goes to, it doesn't matter whether you earn 6 figures or 4 figures, you will be able to pay off your debt gradually. Now, understand this, for some people, the more they earn, the more they spend. So if you're waiting to be able to earn millions and thousands before you pay off your debt, the same attitude you have right now with your hundreds, the same attitude you'd have with your millions and your thousands. So changing your way around money is what would help you get out of debt, not you earning more money at all. Another money myth about debt that people throw around a lot is that there is good debt and there's bad debt. Good debt being debts like student loans, and bad debts being debts like, car loans and, credit card loans. Now, understand this. Every debt is a debt. The earlier you get out of it, the better for you. Debt basically means that you owe someone money, and the more you hold yourself from paying that debt, the more you gain interest on that debt. Now, people have this mindset that, oh, my student finance, loans are good debt, and so I can hold it back. And this attitude has prevented some people from paying off the debt that they could have paid ages ago because of the idea that they think it is good debt. If you have money to pay off the debt, do not hold yourself back from paying just because you think it's good debt. All debt is debt. The earlier you get out of them, the better for you. Now, I understand that in a way, you getting into debt and you paying it off could improve your credit score. But you need to understand how much debt you're willing to risk and what your finances are before you get into those sort of debts. And even as such, even finance experts say that if you were able to pay off something, pay it off once you paid it with your credit card, pay back the credit card. That would push your credit score way higher than you waiting and thinking that, getting into debt is a good idea. Granted, everyone is in debt, but that doesn't mean that you need to get yourself overwhelmingly in debt and, push back your finances. No, all debt is debt. Pay them off as much as you can. Another one that gets thrown about every single day is that budgeting is for the poor, and budgeting is also equal to deprivation. So we hear people say, oh, I'm on a budget, and then we think, oh, that means that you're poor or you don't have money. It's not true at all. You saying you're on a budget means that you don't have the capacity to buy that thing because you're not willing to spend that much money on it. Budgeting is up to you. You alone are in charge of what you want to budget, where you want your money to go to. And as I mentioned earlier on, if you take charge of the budget, it enables you to take charge of your finances and see areas that you can save your money. Budgeting is not for the poor. The rich also budget. They use their own, budgeting rule, whether it's the 50, 30, 20, or any other rule that they go by. The rich even budget the most because they want most of their money to go into their, assets and not liabilities. And they do so by constantly monitoring their finances. You can say to yourself that maybe I can budget and I want £100 to spend on snacks and ice cream and, drinks and stuff like that every month. That is up to you. If that is what it will take for you to be able to commit to that financial, budgeting, it is okay. Put that £100 aside and splurge. Do what you want to spend. But budgeting is not for the poor at all. Anybody and everyone needs to budget. It enables you to see everywhere your money is going to. I tell you, you don't know how much money is going away until you sit down and look through your accounts and budget. That is where you're able to take charge and absolute control over it. Another one that I wanted to talk about is the fact that people have this idea that property investment or owning a house is the only sort of real investment that they can ever do. I'm here to tell you that in this modern day world, there is so much at your disposal. There's index funds, there's stocks, there's bonds that you can buy with as little money as possible, and you'll be able to start making your own passive income from there. Granted that a house is the safest place you could put your money, but understand that even to come up with a capital or the deposit to, mortgage a house, it's a lot. And that money that you'll be saving, you could have put in an index fund, and within 5 years, it would generate more back for you than you holding it back and waiting to buy that property. I myself want to buy, houses and invest in the property market, but that is not going to hold me back and say, oh, until I've bought the house, I'm not going to do any other form of investment. Now, houses are safe, but it takes longer for you to make your money back. And it shouldn't be something that you rely on, that the house that you're living in or you're buying to live in is an investment. A house is a safe place. you ought to enjoy and live happily. It shouldn't be your way of saying, oh, this is my investment, and constantly having that sort of mindset that the house is my investment. No. And sometimes too, the housing market can go down. 2008, for instance, the housing market went down and people's house prices dropped. And if, for instance, someone had thought that that was their safest bet of investment, they would have lost money. Some people who don't even have houses are making back money on index funds and other form of investments. You do not have to wait to buy a property before you invest. There are other ways that you can invest. Property investment, adding a few pounds into a sort of property and, getting your money back is good as well. Do not wait to buy a home and mortgage before you think you've invested, okay? And the last myth that I want to rest on and debunk is the fact that people say you need money to make money. Listen, in 21st century, in this modern age, you do not need money to make money. Your ability, your skills can help you generate money. You don't need to have 1,000 before you can, start a business. Starting a YouTube channel, you can start with your phone. If you can braid hair like my beautiful hair braider, you can do it at the comfort of your home or at the comfort of the person's home and get money. If you can edit, you've got your laptop, you can start editing. You do not need a huge amount of money to start any business at all. It doesn't take money to make money. Granted, if you want to invest, you need money to start it off. But there are so many other ways that you can generate money without having to put a huge capital there before you start. Do not let this hold you back. Limiting money beliefs can hold you back. It can prevent you from reaching the success that you've envisioned for yourself. There are so many things that you can do with your money in this day and age and in your finances that can enable you to become successful, be generous, and live abundantly. Now, whilst you're waiting for my next week video, please make sure you check these 2 videos that I posted last week and the week before, and it would help you as well. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with your friends and family. Let's all live financially free and abundantly. See you next week. Bye-bye.